I almost sang the Pumpkin Paradise song. I got this close when we were doing the let's go pumpkin pecan pie. Let's go pumpkin pecan
Okay,
pie.
we get by.
Pumpkin pecan cornbread served a la carte. Yo, what's up, bitches? It's your girl Kathy. Have you seen that? The freaking Djibouti dubs where they do the. It goes like you can make pumpkin soup. It goes like oh god, oh my god, it tastes like boiling ass. Let's give it to the relative we hate most. Fuck you, Karen.
Yes.
That would be a funny intro if we were talking about the other movie out this weekend, but we're not. Even though we spent the whole build up to this talking about it. So, hello everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raise Up Popcorn with Grant, and we are here today with
Luke.
I'm
back.
Ponto. Okay. Luke, now that you're on camera and you can't run away, why did you kick Becca out of the group chat?
You and I could talk about that privately.
I'd rather talk about it here. All right, never mind. I'm kidding.
That's a private thing for you, Grant.
We are here to talk about a movies and TV. So what you hear in that movie is The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, or as I call it, The Hunger Games, the really, really long subtitle that is hard to fit into a title thing for a YouTuber. I want to find who's making these titles. I'm sick of all these long titles. I can't do it anymore. One word titles from now on. But yeah, The Hunger Games. If it can't fit, it can barely fit in a tweet. It doesn't need to be the title of a movie.
Right.
All right. But that being said, this is the 5th installment in the Hunger Games series. The first, however, talking chronological, it's a prequel. This is the Revenge of the Sith of the Hunger Games universe, in that it is about, without getting too complicated, it's about how President Snow became President Snow, when he was still just Coriolanus Snow, played by Tom Blythe, and he's recently came from nothing, survivor of war with his cousin, played by Hunter Schafer. They are now, however, hot shit in the capital. It's 10 years after the war that created the districts of Panem, and they are living large, and he is now a mentor to a tribute of District 12, much like later we would get our favorite tribute, Katniss Everdeen. There's a nice little tip of the hat to her in this as well. She is Lucy Gray Baird, played by the terrific Rachel Zegler. Yeah, I said terrific. Come at me, chuds. Fuck off.
You and me both, dude.
Who, much like the real Rachel Zegler, not in character, has a lovely singing voice and is considered a songbird.
Of course he does.
And especially gets the hoedowns in District 12 up and dancing with her wonderful, wonderful ditties. And very, very, very soon, sparks begin to fly. But will it end tragically? Of course it will. It's a prequel. We got to find out how Donald Sutherland, President Snow, came to be. And along the way, there will be a Hunger Games, because it is a Hunger Games film. And then the Hunger Games will not be the climax or the majority of the film like the other movies. It's going to be a 30-minute chunk kind of in the middle. And then there's a whole half of a movie that is not the Hunger Games, and a whole quarter of a movie that's not the Hunger Games before that. So it's a long one. But yeah, let the mayhem begin. So right off the bat, I will say this, very notoriously, I love the original Hunger Games, the Gary Ross film. I think it is maybe the best YA movie outside of Harry Potter ever. That single first film. I think it's tense, it has human stakes, it's intimate, and it's gritty. But unlike most people, I don't really love any of the sequels. I didn't really like Catching Fire that much. I thought it was okay. Probably the best up till this point of them. Mockingjay I just didn't really like much at all. So I was not necessarily going into this with high hopes. There's a reason I saw Thanksgiving first. I thought, this is a Friday one. Thursday's going to Thanksgiving.
Right.
So, color me, and here's the thing. Color me surprised. I really liked this movie. I thought it was very good. I didn't love it. I'm not gonna go crazy. It's not gonna be on my best of list or anything. But what I liked about it was, for the first time in this series since the original. Oh, also I should mention it's directed by Francis Lawrence, who did the other sequels. Did all the other Hunger Games except the first one, which was Gary Ross.
Right.
This is a flawed movie, I would say. But my biggest thing is this: it gets right two things that I think needed to get right. One, it had the emotional stakes. It showed the weight of this totalitarianism and what it's doing to the people within this world. And secondly, and I think what it did that is the only thing about this I would call genius, is it took a character who was such a blank in the other movies, and that being President Snow, and made him interesting.
It actually made us understand why he was the way why he became what he was.
I do not know who this Tom Blythe kid is. He was really good. I don't think people are giving enough credit to how good he was playing.
He is terrific.
He is, and it's arguably a tougher part to play than even Rachel Zegler's character. Rachel Zegler is the standout, don't get me wrong, but I think that Tom Blythe, you have to have a character that you root for, and then you don't root for to such a degree that you want to kill him by the end.
Right.
And you have to be really good to thread that line. And he does. And much like the other Hunger Games movies, I've always said this, the best thing about the Hunger Games sequels is the supporting cast. And it's the same with this one. Because you got, like I mentioned, Hunter Schafer, but you also got Viola Davis as the game maker, and she's having a lot of fun, camping it up crazy. Peter Dinklage, who is basically a more sinister Haymitch from the other movies, kind of, as this sort of, this, who has a great name. I love his name. It's something like Felonious Fat Bottom. What was his name? Hold on. Cassius High Bottom. That's what it was. I love that name.
That's great.
Or Casca. Sorry, my bad. Casca. High Bottom. And I'll say this. You know who is jockeying for Steal the Movie level with Rachel Zegler?
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason fucking Schwartzman. He's in the movie not
people
much.
Are forgetting to mention him. He was excellent in this movie.
He was. He's not in the movie a lot. He's only really in the Hunger Games section of it. But when he's in it, it is much needed relief from because it is a depressing story by its nature. It's a Hunger Games movie. What I appreciate about him is some of his zingers are really genuinely funny. Like when they have the one character, and they thread it in a good enough way that it doesn't feel tonally off when he makes a joke. So like there's a character who something very tragic happens to. I won't go. Who's a friend of Lucy Gray Baird's, who's like sickly, and he says something to the degree of she's like tuberculosis on legs or something. And it's like, and they got a big laugh.
And by the way, smile. We have teeth for a reason.
Yeah, that's why we have teeth. Yeah, like there's a lot of good lines in there. And I love the fact that what he does really well in his performance is show how jaded the Capitol is, and that he's literally calling to check on his reservation as children are murdering one another. I mean, stuff like that. Those
yeah.
Giving a weather report in the middle of mayhem like that. Yeah, great. But here's the thing I really appreciated. And I feel like this is where the movie might lose some people. It didn't really lose me. I think it actually made the movie better. The movie is split into 3 distinctive sections. The first is called The Mentor, and it's like the setup, everything getting to the Hunger Games. Second one is like, I think it was called The Reward. The Reward, which was part 2, which was the Hunger Games themselves. And it is literally like almost 40 minutes of the movie in the middle is the Hunger Games. And then the last like hour of it is part 3, which is called The Peacekeeper.
Yep, The Peacekeeper.
And it is like a whole other movie. It becomes weirdly like a psychological thriller in like a folksy musical biopic universe for like an hour there. It becomes like Coal Miner's Daughter if Jack Torrance fell in love with Sissy Spacek. kind of, and that's what I loved about it. And then it kind of loops around again. And what I love about this movie is those details. Now, what I will say is this: there are flaws with it, somewhat big ones. First and foremost, this movie doesn't really justify its existence for me fully. I feel like this movie, they didn't really need to make it, ultimately. There's not a lot that I feel is necessary information outside of the snow of it all for the Hunger Games. I feel like that aspect of it really works, but I think the rest of it, it's like, it's that context, but it's in a Hunger Games movie that's just a Hunger Games movie. That being said,
Right.
And for those who think, oh, but this is a story she wanted to tell, I call bullshit. I'm sorry, because the movie was made while the book was being written, and it came out like 6 months after the book came out. Like, they made this movie. The reason the book exists, literally, I read a memo that said the reason the book exists is because Lionsgate wanted to make more Hunger Games movies and told Suzanne Collins to write a prequel. That is why this movie exists. It's to make money. Which is fine. That's not a bad thing. Movies are a business after all. That's why they're here as well. For what it is, but so I'm not going to judge it on that because I think it's a good example of a money-making thing. I just don't think it fully justifies its existence. Secondly, I think that the movie is a good 15 minutes too long. It's almost 3 hours. It really doesn't need to be. Not really.
Yeah, but at the same time, I felt like if they just fixed the ending, because I felt it was a bit rushed.
A little bit, yeah.
Might have been better.
Well, and I think that there's a certain choice that the character makes that has an impact on a couple of choices involving pretty key characters for the majority of the movie and how their storylines wrap up in conjunction with Snow's character that I felt really kind of went from 0 to 1,000 in like no time. It felt kind of rushed and quick. I think you know what I'm talking about. Let me give you a hint. The people I'm referring to are the two actors from West Side Story. The way their stories wrap up, it was a little bit like, okay, this is a little bit like, it's kind of bipolar. It's kind of like, it's the movie equivalent of someone going, hey, do you want waffles? Yeah, sure, of course. Would you like some syrup on it? Fuck you, bitch. It's like that kind of like. Okay.
Yeah, it's going from like
easy. Jesus Christ.
So it's like going from down here and to go. Woo! Like
yeah, it's in like nothing. It's like, okay, calm down, movie. Pull back a little bit.
Take your little chill pills here.
Yeah, and I feel like if I were to cut 15 minutes out of it, I'm going to be real about it. It would be out of the Hunger Games section. It runs a little too long. I think the last act is my favorite. I have to say, I think of the 3 parts, my favorite is the third one. I genuinely do. I really liked that one. But of a piece, I really liked it a lot. And I guess I can just end it there. I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to go pretty far, Luke. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really dug it.
I'm giving it a really high 4.5 stars. It's close to 5 for me.
You know what? High 4.5 is what I would say as well. I agree with you.
It's really close, but
yeah, because I did care this time, which is something I can't say about the other movies, other than the first.
Yeah, and by the way, Shove It Chuds, Rachel Zegler is terrific.
Also, like the scenes where the moment where she has to have that big song, you know the part I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it involves multicolored snakes. That scene, that fully earned what it was trying to get at. I thought that was a really great scene. The way the song was, the way it was framed, the way it was put together, the reactions of the people watching.
God, I love her, dude. I do.
She's great, isn't she? Oh yeah. So Rachel Zegler, you redeemed yourself for being in Shazam: Fury of My Cock. It wasn't your fault because you were really good in this movie. That's the only thing I'm upset at all with her about. Is not so much I'm upset with her. I'm upset at the fact that she thought she had to take the script. Shazam: Fury of the Gods. But I understand why she did it. Anyway, but yeah, leave Rachel Zegler alone. She's not bothering you. She's just trying to do her job.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll go. That's as far as we'll go with that crap because we're not talking about it anymore.
Yeah, I also have to say I like how they did integrate some of the Easter eggs. Like the hanging tree song was a neat little touch.
Bro, the way that she sang the Hanging Tree song.
But here's the thing: the way that it comes in, that's what I mean. But that's also a piece of what I love about the Snow character is that the context of the lyrics of that song, which we heard in those last couple Hunger Games movies, but in the context of the fact that she's singing kind of about him, made that so much better.
Right, yeah.
Right? When there's a scene with him where he's hearing the song and they kind of emphasize the lyrics, you know the part I'm talking about, where they emphasize the lyrics, and you listen to it, you're like, oh, she's singing about him. Oh, she's telling him that. Oh, okay, damn.
Yep.
It's a protest against the person he'll become. Okay, fuck yeah, I dig it.
Exactly.
And then even the way, yes, there is a mention of Katniss. Of course there is. They had to. And I thought that was well integrated, although I did think it was a little clunky. It was almost a bit like. It reminded me of, and this is my one flaw with this movie, which I otherwise really loved, in Prey, when they said we gotta get out of here, and I said, "Don't say it, please. You're so good. Don't say it." Like, get to the chop. We gotta get to the chopper. I'm like, fuck. It's like that was like in Solo: A Star Wars Story. What's your name? Han. He goes, what's your last name? He goes, I got no one. Okay, Han Solo. It's that moment. The Katniss moment is that moment where it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. I think, they grow all this. The better, but like they have a name for this. I like Katniss better. He's like, yeah, it sounds good. Fuck, Suzanne Collins, why?
That's funny.
I find that to be really clunky. I am kind of impressed, though, that they basically have Mockingjays in this, and they never say Mockingjay. So I'll give them that. They had the restraint not to. There's a plot point involving those birds, and they never say.
Yep.
Yeah, overall, I really dug it. All right. And my audience definitely did. I saw it in IMAX tonight. It was packed. I'm happy to report that both my screening of this and my screening of Thanksgiving were packed to the gills. I'm glad people are going to the movies.
I was thinking about 16 other people in my screening for Hunger Games, and it was like about half full for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, at Thanksgiving, like I saw it in O'Fallon, my secondary, because I went with Ryan and my buddy Alec, and they got me presents. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
And we went to see it, and we were at the tippy top. The whole, almost like all but like 10 seats in the theater were filled. It was like the 7:00 Thursday show, and it was packed. And people were cheering, people were laughing, people were yelling things at the screen. It was awesome. This one, I saw it in IMAX, which is one of the biggest theaters in my theater, and it was pretty packed. I mean, there was maybe only about 15 seats that weren't filled for tonight's show.
Yeah, definitely packed there for sure, man.
And people applauded at the end. I mean, they were really loving it.
It's great.
Yeah, it's very good. I liked it a lot. All right. But that being said, 4.5 out of 5 stars for both of us. Let's close the book on it.
Yep.
Let's talk some trailer trash. Luke, do you have a list?
Yes, I do. 3 trailers like always. So
why don't you go first, and then I'll go.
Yep. So Wish, we talked about that one before. It looks great.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
I'm going to see it next Friday as a double feature with Napoleon. So
my secondary is having an early showing of it. Thanks, O'Fallon.
There you go. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes looks fantastic. Cannot wait for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And then Imaginary, it doesn't look good to me. I mean, it looks better than another movie that I got in front of Thanksgiving, but it still doesn't look good.
It looks like a recycling of that Blumhouse movie Puka. Did you ever see Puka?
Never even heard of Puka.
That was the one where it was like a Christmas movie where it was about a doll that was like possessed and it had like glowing eyes and the dude was going crazy because of the doll.
I've seen that kind of concept before.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, fuck off. But
yeah.
In case you're wondering what we were talking about for the other trailer got for Thanksgiving, it's fucking Night Swim.
Yeah, I got that one too. It doesn't look good.
I can tell you, hold on one second. I'm just going to check and make sure.
Yeah.
I can tell, but I know I just talked to you about this earlier. The one that redeemed it was Lisa Frankenstein for in front of
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Like I was mentioning you, I'm like, it's the long-awaited spiritual successor to Jennifer's Body we've all been waiting for, and I'm here for
Exactly, yes.
it.
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, go ahead. Do your trailer trash.
Okay, I got a bunch. I got Wish again.
Looks great.
It looks great. I've heard some mixed reviews though for it so far. The embargo lifted, I think, today, and it wasn't necessarily pretty. But who knows? Maybe I'll end up.
I mean, it's been mixed for Napoleon, so who knows?
Yeah. But Ridley Scott kind of like he goes either way sometimes. You know, sometimes he makes great movies, sometimes he makes really dumb ones. So we'll see. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. Now, a movie that looks so much better than it has any right to be, especially for a remake and a January movie, Mean Girls, looks kind of hilarious.
Oh, it was sorry.
What?
Sorry that I cut out for a second.
Oh, that's okay. It's not your fault. Mean Girls, the new one, the musical one. It's the longer trailer. It had some good laughs in it. Like they had the bit where it's like he's in French class, or it's Damien, who, if you remember, Mean Girls was too gay to function, almost too gay to function. And he's in class. Mean Girls, by the way, if you've not seen the original Mean Girls, like it's one of the best comedies ever. It really is. I love that movie. That's a comfort movie.
I agree.
But no, this remake looks good. It's a musical. It's Tina Fey's back. Tim Meadows is back. It's nice seeing them again. But the line in the trailer where it's I think it's Ashley Park actually is like their French teacher, and Damien's like, he's like, you need to pick a French name. And he goes, you know, it's like Solène. And he goes, no. It goes Beyonce. Beyonce. It's like no.
So funny.
It looks like fun, and also it has "Get Him Back" by Olivia Rodrigo. I cannot hate any trailer that has "Get Him Back." That song is a fucking banger. If you haven't heard it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I get you.
It's like the ghost of Avril Lavigne possessed her for that whole album, and I dig it. But, dude, when I saw both times I saw Bottoms for the next whole week, the only song I listened to on Spotify was Complicated. Okay.
Oh no, I get it. Girl, how's your boyfriend? How's his penis?
I love Bottoms.
One of the best, dude. I love Bottoms.
Shut
Grant,
up,
I'm so glad you Grant. This is one of the reasons why you might be my best friend, because, dude, you've been telling me to watch Bottoms after you saw it, and I absolutely loved it. Like,
love because what's his name?
Shut up! Hold on. Are you cheating on me? No. I saw you last night. Goes, shut up, nerd!
I literally saw you yesterday. Shut up, nerd! I fucked your mom. It's great. And then he's like this.
And when I heard him say that, I was like, dude, you cannot say that.
No, but the thing that makes it funny is he actually did fuck her mom. It was like, and then he's like, shut up, nerd! I fucked your mom. And then he's just like, like, oh shit!
Yeah, but it's like when you look at it in comedies nowadays, like, because of how safe they played, it's like, dude, they really went there. Like,
oh, dude, it has some genuinely fucked up humor in it, which I love.
It's dark humor too, so it's like,
dude, the plot, the way our heroes solve the problem hinges on strapping a bomb to a tree in the freaking football field in that movie.
and then they beat the shit out of football players.
Yeah, they kill them. They kill like 3 of them, and they like just brush it off like, yeah, whatever. You know, can I say this about Bottoms? Speaking of unexpected good acting, Marshawn Lynch, dude, was fucking hilarious.
Marshawn Lynch was freaking hilarious.
Oh my god!
Go from the Fight Club to get some coochie.
He was just like, you don't even know how to like tickle the pearls, and then he's like, I feel like you shouldn't be talking to us about this stuff, like, considering you're a teacher.
Hey Grant.
Like...
Hey Grant.
What?
Get out of the car.
You can't tell me what to do.
Get out of the fucking car.
I love it.
Wait, just wait.
Jeff gets injured, and then I love that the football player's like, nah. Love that movie. Dude, speaking of, you know how, like, every year when I give my Granty Awards, I give, like, most valuable player where, like, a relatively new coming actor that I think really has it based on his work, doing more than one good work in a year. Ben freaking Ganselton, or whatever his name is probably going to win my best. Nicholas Ganselton, yeah, in the span of a month, he was in freaking Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I loved, and Bottoms, which I loved. And he was good in both of them.
But I think we can agree that Bottoms was better. Like,
oh yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that he was good.
I mean, Red, White, and Royal Blue is still really good, but Bottoms.
Oh yeah,
seriously. Bottoms
is a movie that just has the feel of I'm gonna watch this movie 100 more times once it's on DVD. It has that feel to it for me. I love it. If we were talking personal favorites, that would be high for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but we're talking about trailers because I gotta go, buddy. So this is one I'm surprised you didn't get. Arthur the King.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten that yet.
It looks really good. It's Mark Wahlberg. Also, I'm a dog person, so I'm a sucker for dog movies. But it's about he's like a cross country runner who befriends this dog on the trail, and then the dog follows him for 450 miles of this like run he does, and then he gets injured and the dog saves him, and the dog gets injured and he saves the dog, and it looks very cute.
So it's basically The Covenant with a dog.
Basically, but it's not like a war movie. It's more like...
I know it's not a war movie, but it's like...
I would think it's more like...
the concept of it makes it sound like The Covenant with a dog.
I would say more Chariots of Fire with a dog than The Covenant. But yeah, you're in the same ballpark.
Well, I haven't seen Chariots of Fire in ages. Like, I'm more on board with The Covenant. So
yeah, but no, it looks really interesting. And then Imaginary, I think it looks okay. Yeah. It looks better than Night Swim, that's for fucking sure.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
The best Blumhouse movie by far this year was totally Killer. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, I think we can agree.
Because I'm gonna watch that again next Halloween. Imaginary, Wonka, which I just got my ticket for. I'm seeing it in IMAX.
Looks amazing.
It does. I'm tired of Twink Wonka and all that. Look.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Grant. So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know, I'm a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
Anyway. Oompa what now?
Mm-hmm. No. I've started dancing now.
Also, something with Tom Stop.
Yes. No, the best Hugh Grant moment in the new trailer is all right. You did it again. You should tell me what it is at once, or I will poke you quite viciously with a cocktail stick.
Hugh Grant is perfect casting for an Oompa Loompa, dude.
And it's directed by Paul King, who did one of my favorite movies of 5 years ago, Paddington 2. Just saying.
And then 3 years before that, did the first Paddington.
Which was also great. Paddington 2 is even better, but they were both great.
Exactly.
Hey, Luke. Look. Paddington 2 is fucking amazing. I told you. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, speaking of underrated comedies.
Yeah, dude, it's guys, try this out sometime. Do a double feature, we'll watch Massive Talent, and then watch Paddington 2.
Oh, yeah. It'll make you want to watch Paddington 2. Madam Web. It looks good.
I haven't gotten the trailer, but, I mean, I've seen clips. I've seen parts of the trailer, and it looks good.
It does. It has a good cast. Like I was mentioning to you, is Dakota Johnson not the most and I think she's a good actress too, but she's gorgeous. Dakota Johnson is really pretty. Oh my god. In IMAX, just looking at her, I'm like, oh my god, you're just gorgeous. Look at those eyes. Sydney Sweeney. Speaking of people who are gorgeous and talented, Sydney Sweeney.
Yep.
Isabella Merced. They're good cast in that one. Argyle. Now this looks like a lot of fun. We've talked about that a bunch.
We've talked about Argyle already, though.
Oh yeah, we have. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I'm kind of over it, but it looks like fun. I'm kind of over the whole universe, but it looks like fun. And so is Warner Brothers. But it looks like fun. Screw Warner Brothers. I'm so glad that they reversed their decision on Coyote v. Acme. I added it to my watch list. At least I think I did. If I didn't, I'll rectify that immediately.
Yep.
By the way, I was wondering, Luke, have you watched either Dashing Through the Snow or Please Don't Destroy yet?
No.
Because I'm watching those on Sunday. I was wondering if you'd seen them so I could get like it. Because it's hard to find like reviews for them.
No, I can try to. I mean,
I feel like it would have to be pretty abysmal for me not to like Please Don't Destroy, because I already love those dudes so much that I feel like it's going to carry me through that. I love their... Every single... Look, when they were introduced, which I believe the Kim Kardashian episode, I hate Kim Kardashian. I hated that episode. But I will say this, I said... It had a couple of moments that made me chuckle, and I said, the whole reason that... I think I said at the time, the whole reason that show should have gone on was the Seltzer skit. That first Please Don't Destroy short. That was so freaking funny. And I said, bring these guys back. And then they just kept coming back. And I'm like, if this is the new Lonely Island, I'm fucking in. Because I love these dudes. And the other thing is, I know somebody who knows John Higgins. Like, I know somebody now who cast him in their movie. Fiona Robert, who did The Country Club. Because he's in The Country Club.
right.
A movie a real quirky offbeat comedy that I also really liked, even though critics kind of didn't. Was The Country Club. I quote that movie all the time, and nobody's seen it. Like, dude, it's on Freevee. Go watch it. It's like
I will be watching it before the end of the year, though, my guy. I promise.
Because his character, the John Higgins character, is gay, but he hasn't come out yet. He's just real flamboyant, and so there's where he goes, she's arguing with her love interest, and goes, "What?" It's like, ugh. And it's Fiona Robert because she also directed. She's in it. It's like, ugh, what's up your butt today? And he goes, nothing's been on my butt in weeks. Really quoting me a lot. That quote ridiculous. Nothing's been on my butt for weeks.
But Grant, I was gonna say, speaking on movies that you wanted me to watch, you'll be happy about what I watched before we hopped on.
Did you watch Fair Play? Because I saw your review.
That I did that last night.
Oh, well, you liked it. It seems, which is good. I
did.
It was very good.
It was one. Yeah. It's one that's really low on your best of list.
It is, but I really like it. Especially, I fucking love the ending. I think the ending is one.
I'm not talking about Fair Play. It's.
Oh, okay.
It's one that's farther down on your best of list.
Okay, because that's also on my best of list. Fair Play is. It's low, but it's there. What was it?
The Inventor.
You saw The Inventor! Fuck yeah! Hold on.
I haven't rated it up yet, but...
Okay, what did you think?
4.5 out of 5 stars, dude.
Fantastic. You know that the family in my row walked out an hour into that movie. Yeah, because the kids were bored.
Middle finger kindness for that.
Then fuck your kids. Watch it. Have the little brats go eat popcorn outside.
And also, here's another thing. Those kids can use a little bit of science, like you said.
They can use a little bit of culture and not just fart jokes the entire time. Yeah, I agree.
Not even piss jokes.
It's a kids' movie made for sophisticated children, and that's what I liked about it.
I know you said it may baffle little kids, but it's like, again, these
but
kids.
Who cares? Okay.
Here's the thing here. Here's the thing. This is one of those films that I would save for science class.
Oh yeah.
To show your students.
Oh yeah.
In any school, is it either it's elementary school, middle school, or high school? Show this to the students.
I concur enthusiastically. I will say this too. It doesn't water it down or talk down to its audience, and I appreciated that. The other thing I loved about it. First off, I love the animation style, considering it was crowdfunded and it was like a low budget effort. It looked amazing. The stop motion animation looked amazing. Really cool.
I was losing it.
And then when they would go into their little fantasy sequences with hand drawn, and it looked like illustrations from the Little Prince. I mean, it was so beautiful looking.
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The animation of it kind of reminded me of those old claymation Christmas shorts.
Absolutely. It was like a hybrid of Little Prince and Rankin Bass. I loved it. It looked great.
I mean, but also Leonardo da Vinci kind of reminded me of of Santa Claus from Rudolph.
Oh yeah, and Stephen Fry. Everything
just the look of him, really reminded me of Santa from Rudolph.
Between that movie, The March King's Daughter, which is a good movie. Fuck you, it's a good movie. And it doesn't come out this year, sadly. It comes out right at the beginning of next year. Sometimes they think about dying. Daisy Ridley's having a good-ass year. She's bouncing back really nicely. She's in good shit. But, maybe it's just because I like Neil Burger. Because I also liked the other Neil Burger movie that everyone hated, which was Voyagers. I really dug Voyagers.
Dude, I kind of love Voyagers.
Me too!
that movie's rad.
Like, I just like him, and I love The Lucky Ones. Like, I just like Neil Burger as a director, I guess, because I just like his movie.
Limitless is a good one.
Limitless is awesome. The Illusionist, that was a good movie.
Divergent was also pretty good.
Yeah, the first one was, yeah.
The first one was. The sequels, nah.
I thought the second one was okay. The third one was, yeah. It was kind of
Third one was terrible. Like,
yeah, Jeff Daniels was the only memorable aspect of that one. He was good. And it's too bad, because that was a movie full of good actors. Like, I love Shailene Woodley. I love Miles Teller. You want to see a better movie where Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller are in it together? Go watch The Spectacular Now. That movie's fucking underrated.
Or hell, if you want to watch a really good movie with Shailene Woodley where she's not with Miles Teller, go fucking watch Dumb Money.
Yeah, I was going to just say Dumb. And also, like, Ferrari's coming out. She's going to be in that. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, there you go, sir.
Oh, another one with Shailene Woodley that recently that is real underappreciated. The Fallout.
There you go.
That was really good. The Fallout. Have you seen that movie? I actually really liked this movie. And it was a movie that critics. It was on my best of list. Critics really didn't like it, but I was just like, maybe I was just in a good mood. Maybe I just needed a good cry. This movie won me over. Adrift. Did you ever see that movie?
I thought it was fine.
Oh, I really liked it because it was kind of
that's fair, man. Like, but just me, I thought it was
the ending really hit me hard. I don't know if it was just like I went into it, but I kind of saw the twist coming, but it kind of made the movie better for me because you know what I think it was, because my mom was watching it on Netflix when I was up, getting something. And she said, have you seen this movie Adrift? And I said, oh yeah, I love this movie. I think this movie's great. I think it's real underrated. And we got to the end, and she told me, what was the name of the song they played at the end? And I said, oh, Picture in a Frame by Tom Waits. I love that song. And she said, oh, I love it too. And I said, I love Tom Waits. And that song being used in that context ripped me up. I don't know what it was. It was a beautiful use of that song at the end of that movie.
For damn sure, dude.
Yeah. Shailene Woodley, you've come a long way, and The Descendants. Shailene Woodley, you've come a very long way since The Secret Life of the American Teenager. I'm very proud of you. So have you, Megan Park. I also want to give Megan Park, but on the opposite side of the film world as a filmmaker, she directed The Fallout. She was also on that show. Very good job.
Yeah.
Very good job. I used to love watching The Secret Life of the American Teenager, but not because it was good, because it was wanted. I don't know if you remember the show. You're pretty young when it was on, but The Soup with Joel McHale. Did you ever watch that show where it would be Joel McHale?
No.
Okay, there was a show that used to be on, for those who don't know, called The Soup. It was a show that it was the only good show on E! It basically was a clip show where they would show the most unintentionally funny or ridiculous moments in TV that week, and then Joel McHale show the clips and then make snarky ass remarks, and there would be like skits. And Joel McHale was the host, and that's where a lot of people were introduced to him. That's kind of what launched him, was he was the host of that. And every week on Secret Life of the American Teenager would do something cringy, and it became a running segment where he goes, this week on Secret Life of the American Teenager, and he would always be like there's a part where like a character calls a character to like see if they want to hook up, and then he calls a guy, and then he goes, hello, it's me, and he goes, hold on, I'll be right back. Hey there, hotness. You bring your Jedi robe?
Hey there.
And so that was funny. The best Joel McHale thing on that I can remember was there was a show that aired. The Soup aired for like 10 years, but one of them there was a show that lasted. I regret saying this. I watched both episodes that were produced. There was a show that was called Viva Laughlin. It was like a failed TV show with Hugh Jackman in it, where it's set in Vegas, and it's a musical murder mystery where people lip sync popular songs. It was really bad.
Oh my fucking god!
It's terrible. I watched both episodes before they canceled it. 2 episodes they canceled it. But
that's a rare occurrence.
Yeah, it is. It deserved to. It was terrible. But the second episode, when it aired that week, he announced the cancellation, and it was a scene where a character is lip syncing to "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John, and it's like this, and it goes into a flashback, and then it keeps cutting to the different things, and it cuts to Joel McHale, and he's getting closer to the camera. He's like, just kind of like his mouth hanging open, like, and then it just gets closer, and then at the end it cuts the end clip, and he goes, it pans back out, and he goes, "Why would you cancel that? We need that."
Yeah.
I love Joel McHale. Joel McHale's hilarious. I was watching somebody. I want to give my shout out to this YouTuber, this fucking genius. Someone has made a series of comp videos of the best lines from Community. Like, it was like something like Community having awesome writing for like 15 minutes straight, like part 1, 2, whatever. And they picked the best lines. Like, I have to give a shout out to the person who cut that together. That was amazing.
Yeah. I want to say, I'll have your badge for this. I'm with the fucking FBI.
What's that say for? Fucking big idiot. Speaking of underrated movies with Joel McHale in them.
Happy Time Murders?
Yeah, I really liked Happy Time Murders.
Dude, that movie's funny.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Bro, like, literally, he has, like, dude, Phil has sex with the puppet, and then he starts pissing all over the room. Like,
he wasn't pissing, he was ejaculating, but...
Ejaculating, but still it looked like...
That's not...
But he was using silly string, though. Like,
yeah, it was.
But that's kind of what made it funnier to me. Like,
yeah.
When he heard this, like when Joel McHale heard the screaming, he was like, "Is that what I think it is?"
Well, and then when he says it, Maya Rudolph pulls out the can of Windex.
The glass door.
Well, against the glass door, and then while he was kind of looking horrified, you just see Maya Rudolph totally nonplussed, just pulling out a thing of Windex and just putting it on the table. It's like, oh my god. Anyway, and was there shawarma? No, there wasn't.
No.
Nah. The songs were that there was speaking of Olivia Rodrigo, there was a pretty awesome Olivia Rodrigo song though. In the credits that I thought was worth sticking around for. Something like I'll follow you where you go or something like that. It was, I forget the name, but it was really good. I'm gonna look it up later. Yeah. Listen to it again. I like Olivia Rodrigo. She's a very talented young woman. I will say that.
Agreed.
Guts is a great album. I didn't think anything could top Sour, but it did. I really like it. You got to remember that I am secretly a teenage girl on the inside because I love Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and Dua Lipa. I think they're all talented musicians, but then again, a lot of people do. So,
I mean, there's a lot of talented musicians out there, dude.
And Gracie Abrams. I like her a lot, also.
There you go.
Daughter of J.J. Abrams, just saying, cool flex. My dad's not that cool. My dad didn't direct. My dad didn't direct Super 8. Her dad did. My dad's cool, but he's not co-creator of Lost Cool.
Oh my god.
I remember when Comic Book Men used to be on the show with Kevin Smith, he summed up what was so awesome about J.J. Abrams perfectly, where he was talking about how, this was like in 2014, it was shortly after the Disney purchase of Lucasfilm, and he was talking about on Comic Book Men, how we always, in the nerd community, always had this argument of like Star Trek or Star Wars. And so the thing is that J.J. Abrams saw Star Trek and he was like, I like the Star. I'm not a big fan of the Trek. So he split the difference. He made a really cool-ass movie that Trekkies really liked and that people who hate Star Trek could also love. And then Disney announced that J.J. Abrams is getting Star Wars. So you know the argument we always have about Star Trek and Star Wars, which one's better? Now it's the same damn thing, baby. Thanks, J.J.
Yeah.
I've met Kevin Smith. I've been embraced by him. Just saying. Very nice gentleman. Very kind dude.
Yes. Love
He hugged me. I will forever be able to tell my grandkids I was hugged by Silent Bob.
I love Ballad, Bob.
It'll be like the nerd on Robot Chicken.
You know what?
And that was the
you know what that
greatest
hurt? Like, what do you ever add to the fucking procedures? You got one answer for everything.
Pussy man. Well, then you're gonna love this fucking guy. He's the biggest pussy I've ever met.
Yeah, Clerks too.
I love, dude, all the Clerks, the trilogy.
Hold on a second. What the hell is this? I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not you're not gonna kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel? A sequel?
A sequel?
What am
I, a hack? I mean, he is right.
Yeah, he is. I still think the best Silent Bob moment ever is the Amy story, just because of how it's written and like how kind of beautiful it is.
For sure, man.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll talk about that moment with my grandkids, and it'll be like that skit from Robot Chicken Star Wars with the nerd, where it's like, and that was the greatest day of my entire life. What about when I was born, Grandpa? Not even close.
When? That's funny.
I love Robot Chicken. Where's season 12, Seth and Matt? I want it. I love it.
Rant.
Yeah, please. I still quote that show every day. And it's random quotes too. Don't put the baby in the bulldozer. Hey, like, you guys are gonna drown. We're a mermaid and a merman. We can swim. Ha ha, bites mermaid's head off. I hope you can also asexually reproduce, asshole. Oh shit.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Anyway. Yep,
Yeah.
God hates freaks. Like, that doesn't sound like God.
Oh shit. Okay. That's too funny.
Superman. The best one of all was the first episode where Bitch Puddin's in it. And blam! And talking about, you stole, like, someone stole my black cherry. It's like, it was you! Black cherry, like, pie, you asshole! Chisholm goes, I thought she left home because her daddy stole her black cherry. Turns around, blam! You all got a taste of the bitch pudding! Damn, Matt.
That's too funny.
Fucked up. I'm Billy D. fucking Williams, and I'm tired of everyone saying Lando was a fucking traitor. Fuck you, goddammit! By
That's
the way,
too funny.
I've gotten a smile and a wink from Billy D. Williams. That's another thing I can say. Is I was like across the room, and I was at a con, and I saw him coming by, and I said, "Is that Billy D. Williams?" And he turned around and just went like that. So he got locked eyes with me.
There you
I
go.
gotta be honest with you, I turned gay for about 2 minutes. The same thing happened when I met Tom Welling. I looked at his eyes and I was like, okay, Superman.
That's funny.
Yeah. Alright, that was the Hunger Games of Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, everybody. It was good. I liked it.
Good stuff.
So, I will be back tomorrow for a review of Wish. I can see a little bit early. Sunday, I have reviews of Please Don't Destroy, the movie, whatever the subtitle is, Dashing Through the Snow with Lil Rel and Ludacris.
Ludacris.
Wham, bam, 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 Ludacris. Yeah. Chris Ludacris Bridges, also starring Chris Ludacris Christopherson. Anyway, speaking of Robot Chicken skits, if you're looking for a funny one, look up, and it actually has his voice. I'm almost certain it has his voice. Ludacris, Don't Be Ridiculous. Look it up.
I'll look that one up. I'll look it up.
Don't be ridiculous. My name is Ludacris. Don't be ridiculous. Man, I will drop you, motherfucker. Don't be me. Don't be ridiculous.
I will drop you, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, I am mother ludicrous. Great.
That's
Don't
funny.
be ridiculous. Are you playing me right now, dog? Anyway. Love you, Ludacris. You're my dude. Luda. Anyway, so we have that next week. Napoleon. I'm seeing The Holdovers again with the fam, but I'm not doing a second review. You know how I feel about it.
Right.
And then Good Burger 2 is next week. Leo is next week. Genie, starring Melissa McCarthy, is next week. And Saltburn. I'm seeing Saltburn in Iowa because I'm going to be on a trip. So that's coming up. And Godzilla -1 is coming. Beyonce Renaissance is coming. All sorts of cool stuff coming. Love Actually re-release is coming.
Silent Night.
Silent Night. Eileen. Waitress the Musical. Wonka. Chris Migration, even though I'm sick and tired of that fucking trailer, I almost don't want to see it out of protest. Yeah. And The Color Purple. And the best and worst of the year list. It's going to be really fucking long.
But I'm gonna be on your worst list, so.
Yes, you will. It's also going to be long.
I mean, dude, you and I got a lot to unfold, so
yes, sir, we do. It's going to be a two-parter. It has to be. It has to be 2 parts. It's too long to do in one. It just is. I will waste all of my.
I think I got I got a lot of movies on my worst list.
I have at least 30 zeros that I've given this year already. People who think I'm too nice and give too many 5s, I give plenty of zeros too.
I think you gave 26, I think?
Let me see.
I remember last time I checked, it's 26. Because the lowest 0-star you have is Shelter in Solitude.
26. I've given 26. Although, to be fair, I feel like something's missing. Something should be there. Hold on, let me double check.
Wait, The Great Turkey Town Miracle.
That's the one. That's
27.
No, not even 27. That's number 13 or 14. That's high.
No, I was saying out of the 0-star movies. That's 27. There's 27.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to tell you that there's another one you forgot to add in your worst list because you gave it a low score.
What?
The Conference.
Did I not add The Conference? Okay.
You did not add The Conference. You gave that one 1.5 stars.
And even though it's going to be really low, it's going to be more of a dishonorable mention. I also didn't love Pain Hustlers. I think I could give that a 2.
I gave that one 1.5.
Here's the thing. Pain Hustlers is well acted. It's just shallow. My biggest issue with that is that it has an interesting topic and it doesn't really do anything with it. Even though it has the cast that could do something with it.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible movie, but it's not the best version of what movie it wanted to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Not by a long shot. I also just think David Yates is kind of a hack, even though the Harry Potter movies he did were good.
I guess.
He was the wrong guy to do this. I feel that was the other flaw. One quick, I guess, even we scored, I'll just say one little thing. My other thing, and it's something I have an issue with him as a director. Francis Lawrence doesn't know how to shoot intimacy in movies very well. And I feel like The Hunger Games, that was the big thing to me that made it lesser also, is that it lacked the immediacy of the first one. I feel like Gary Ross really brought that to it. I feel like I was kind of missing that still. But, again, I still liked it. Anyway.
Yeah.
That being said, so that's coming up, and I'm not going to do the whole spiel because we've already gone an hour. So, which is about a fraction of the runtime of this movie. We're not even out of part 1 yet. It is too long though, Francis. Come on, it was too long. Anyway, that being said, love you all. Class dismissed. Love you all 3000. Be kind to one another. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Follow me follow Luke Ponto. Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. Now, I want to know down below, or in this case, we want to know down below, what did you think of The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? Did you like the movie? Hate the movie? Think our opinion's good? Think we're full of shit? Especially Ponto. Comment below, let me know.
You know I ain't full of shit with this one, dude.
Let us know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care, Luke. Peace.
Take care.